In this video, you're going to learn about the Wave 2 pre-orders of the Xbox Series X in the United States, and Microsoft breaks its silence about the availability of the Xbox on launch day and the overheating issue. So if you were following at Wario64 or at IGN Deals on Twitter today, you would have had a chance to snag a Xbox Series X console for the first time since September 22nd. Today on October 8th, 2020, an Xbox Series X was sold online at MSRP in the United States. So Costco put some up with a bundle. So the bundle was one controller, one Xbox Series X, which comes with a controller. So you get two controllers for $550, and those sold out definitely within the hour. I didn't go online to see how hard it was to get them in the cart, but you do, with Costco, you do have to be a Costco member. So it was only open to Costco members. So the same things happened with Sam's Club. We assumed that probably Sam's Club's going to sell more consoles too. But this is significant because the Xbox Series X has been sold out worldwide, and no other retailer has sold an Xbox Series X since September 22nd, the day when pre-orders went live at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. But there seems hope for people wanting to get the 9th generation Xbox Series X console at launch day based on some statements by a Microsoft executive who also today commented on the reports that you could burn your hand on the Xbox Series X because of its exhaust heat, or heat your flat. Microsoft executive Aaron Greenberg, who was on a podcast recently, and then this Phoenix Bazaar is reporting on the podcast, and he has some comments about how available the Xbox Series X will be at launch day. So he told the podcast, our retail partners have a day one launch inventory. It's up to them how much they want to pre-sell, or they want to wait and hold it for day one. And he said it was his expectation that retailers will largely hold most of their inventory for day one, but he also said that is, quote, really the retailer's decision to make. Now, since Microsoft is one of those retailers, as he's telling the Dealer Gamer podcast, it's conceivable that Microsoft itself, the Microsoft Store, will have some day one launch day inventory. And that's really what the tweet on September 22nd, when they had the pre-order day where they sold out in, a couple hours, if not minutes, of the Xbox Series X, and a little bit slower for the Xbox Series S, that they said that, come back on launch day, right? That they're not, so the idea is that they're not going to have waves, although we had a wave today with Costco. But he also commented on the controversy about the Xbox Series X being hot enough to heat your flat, or there was a gaming journalist who, took out a SSD card, an optional expansion card, and he found that optional expansion card to be pretty hot. These high capacity chips and motherboards and everything else are going to they're going to run hot. That's why they have cooling systems. That's why they have these vents. That's why there's the vent on the top of the thing. They have to expel heat because they have a lot of energy going through them. That's going to be true for the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. But this is the comment that Aaron Greenberg had with regards to this controversy. The console will output system heat out of the exhaust, just as any other console will. Our engineering team confirmed the heat level in the console is not significantly different than Xbox One X. This matches my experience at home. Quiet, fast, and impressive power for the size. I think there's been I think there was one gaming journalist who got an early console, and he was like, hey, I would comment on this, but I can't because of an embargo. But really, do you think Xbox would have sent out a console that was faulty to journalists? Right? So I'm pretty skeptical about this, and the sources I didn't think were great, but we will see. It's not going to be. Neither one of these consoles are going to be heat free. That's why you saw such a huge PS5 at their teardown video. They had a huge heat sink, right? Because they want to get rid of a lot of heat. They've got a huge amount of air vents. That's just a function of the fact that they have such a power that both those consoles are so powerful. They need a lot of energy to run fast. I'm Linus Wilson. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel, where we give you the tips and tricks to crush the games you love.